It's nice to come in after a win again and tell you how pleased we are to get back to 3-3, but more importantly, be 2-0 in conference play. I think that is a real focus that our players have had from the beginning, and we realize we're getting into a run now. That's all we're going to see is conference, and so we like playing from out in front, schedule-wise and win-wise, so that's a big deal. As we kind of evaluate, looking back, had some game balls that we gave out after the game. Clay Sears and G.J. Kinney both had exceptional nights. Jatarian Douglas, really think he's continuing to grow as a kind of back that's learning to play the entire game, and doesn't take much to see the kind of threat he is when he gets out in open space. Really enjoying that. DeWitt Jennings on special teams had 3 tackles inside the 20-yard line. Continues to really bring a lot of leadership on that unit and play very well. Kevin Fitzpatrick, 3 for 3 again, and great hang time on his kickoffs. I mean, that's allowing our coverage teams to really be able to dominate. So those are really, really some good things. Offensively, positives, 30 first downs, over 500 yards, I think 11 or more explosive plays, so those are big things. Able to control the ball for 87 snaps. Offensive line played very well. We had no penalties on the offensive side of the ball. Only 1 3 and out. So winning third downs has been a much better accomplishment on both sides of the ball. The huge, absolute, glaring flaw in the offensive performance is the turnovers. And certainly an issue that we've got to continue to focus on and to try to do a better job of emphasizing. You know, the one interception was, I don't think, a terrible throw. It's kind of a bang-bang play with the defensive man. But the 3 fumbles, and then we also had another fumble that we didn't lose. But those are really, you know, it wasn't a case of somebody putting a helmet on a ball. We were carrying the ball loose and not being secure with it, so we've got to do a better job from that. Defensively, talked about third down conversion rate, what we're trying to strive for, and again, much improved. The things we're trying to emphasize, I thought we did well. They only, UAB converted to 3 out of 15, and so third downs were really good. In the third quarter alone, after coming back from a motivational speech by Coach Guy at halftime, the defense went 3 and out 5 times in the third quarter. I think that's exceptional. We did have 5 penalties, and we did have 2 passes over the top that were huge breakers, backbreakers, and those are things that we fight against constantly defensively, and I know that's an area that we've got to get back and get refocused. Second half, it's kind of nice to look at the series breakdown, and it was all punts and 2 interceptions. And so it's really nice when you can finish a game the way we did defensively. Unfortunately, we didn't start as well as we needed to. I mentioned special teams already. DeWitt Jennings, Donnell Hawkins also had 3 tackles inside the 20. Getting really good work from our coverage units. Very pleased with the work that Coach Downing and those guys are putting in. Still feeling good about all that. Freeman Kelly averaged about 25 yards a return. You know, I even think we've got room to get better there, no doubt. But that was encouraging. Helped us with their, you know, starting position on the field. Questions?
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Rice and what you've seen early on about the Owls?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. They're a whole lot better than what I was expecting to see. Really, if you look at what they've done, they got a great win over Purdue. Their other win is Memphis. But you get beyond that, they have 4 losses, but those include losses to Texas, losses to Baylor, Southern Miss. Those are really, really good football teams that, you know, I almost feel like they've been on a schedule similar to what we did early in the year. And I think their record is very much, you know, not an indicator of who they are. We watched them specifically on defense today. That was what I focused on this morning. This is a very good defensive football team. They chase the ball really hard. They're physical. I think they do a great job. They're very athletic. They've got had several sacks. I think Solomon, I think is his name, 35 on defense. Very active. I think he's had 4 or 5 sacks this year, several TFLs. They fly around, tackle the ball well, and I think it's going to be a real challenge for us to go into Houston. But it's something that we'll certainly be ready for.